They talk about Giannis and now LeBron context because they're the same age when they're about to win the first championship.
Right.
Who's more accomplished at this stage in their career? Giannis doesn't get the credit or the vitriol for which LeBron gets for improving his teammates. Like Mo Williams made an all-star game playing with LeBron James. LeBron James went to the NBA Finals at 22 years old with Boobie Gibson, Damon Jones, Donyell Marshall. And the conversation is always around LeBron. Does he make his teammates better? Is he a good teammate? Does he pass him? Like,
doesn't take the final shot.
Right. Yeah. We don't have this. Any of this stuff with Giannis. We criticize his greatness. He's not skilled. It's maybe not as flashy or pretty to look at. But if he gets over the hump and wins a title at 26.
I mean, if you look at what Giannis, I saw some. Let me see if I can find the graphic, but his level of accomplishments by the age of 25, by the age of 26, if they win the championship, right? And we assume that he'll be Finals MVP. So that's champion, Finals MVP, 2-time regular season MVP, 5-time All-Star Game MVP, 3-time first team, 2-time All-NBA second team, Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time All-Defensive first team, Most Improved Player, and on the All-Rookie team.
And can we put homeless 10 years ago? Can we put that in there? I mean, could you think about the life journey? Forget just the basketball journey.
Just his 5-year basketball journey. He's one of the most accomplished players at his age of all time. And nobody talks about it. Like, he put up numbers this season just as good as his last 2 seasons. He easily could have been 3-time MVP in a row, first time since Larry Bird. Like, he could have had all of that. It's ridiculous. We should be talking about this guy. He should be celebrated across the league. And I feel like part of it probably has to do with the fact that he plays in a small market in Milwaukee. And so he doesn't get some of the press that he maybe should or deserve if he played in LA or New York. This guy is amazing, and he's going to go down as one of the all-time greats.
You talk about the season he had being just as good statistically as his MVP seasons were. Nobody mentioned him for MVP this year. Nobody talks about it. Can you believe that there were people, some of them in this room, who thought that Joel Embiid was the MVP of the NBA season? Can you believe that?
Who? Point that person out who said that.
Shabam, he's on the Callaway corner.
First of all, I've always said Embiid didn't play enough games to be MVP this year. Ben Lyons.
Availability is a skill set right up there with jump shooting and weak side defense, and it should be celebrated as such. To the point where, like, if you played all 72 games and you led all the guys who played all 72 games in minutes, and you weren't even 21 years old yet, you should be celebrated, like RJ Barrett, right? More people should talk about that. But you're right, Embiid didn't play the games.
And that's why Joker, I think both of us had Joker as MVP just because he was there the whole year. He played every game pretty much, and like you said, availability counts.
Giannis available for these NBA Finals. Just the fact that he's out there would have been an incredible thing. If he had given us a Willis Reed performance, we would have said, wow, because his leg almost fell off.
Because I think that's all anyone really expected after that, right? That was terrible. I didn't look at it. Like, I closed my eyes. And I think that's all people were expecting is, like, come out there, touch the court. This guy's been dominant.
Maybe he'll be a decoy.
And it was like, he might play game one. He might play game one?
Yeah,
like, how?
Yeah,
and
no
then
way.
He comes out, he plays 30-plus minutes, like he's 20 and 17.
By the way, worst statistical game of the
that
series.
He's had of the finals so far.
Yeah.
And then he throws up back-to-back 40 spots, and he has just been unstoppable. Like you said, he has broken down the wall. He's shooting better from the foul line, which it doesn't take much to do. Shoot 50%, you're shooting better. This guy will throw in a 3 every now and then. He has the 2 signature moments of the finals so far in the block and the alley-oop dunk. It's unbelievable, and yet do you have confidence in them to close out Phoenix?
No, I don't.
No, they can still lose. Like, Phoenix could still come back and win the series.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about greatness is that you got to do it again.
Yep.
It's so
and again
after
and
then
do
that.
It again.
And then guess what? Well, he never won back-to-backs. LeBron won back-to-backs. Right. Can Giannis win back-to-back? Or
which is coming.
How many did he get before the age of 30? Yeah. And if he only wins one title in Milwaukee,
he's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Is that okay to be Aaron Rodgers? Yes.
Yeah.
You engage to Shailene, it'd be a nice life. You'd be fine.
Sure, but great life.
By the way, we're also forgetting about Giannis's rundown block in Game 1. To
Yeah.
me, that was a better block than the one on DeAndre Ayton. The one on
really?
Ayton,
Oh, man.
2 7-footers. I mean, it was a great block. It was vital.
His back was to him. He had to spin around.
Yeah, but Chris, he's 7'18" with his
Yeah,
arms
true.
up.
Yeah,
The
right.
Game 1 block, he ran a man down from behind and blocked the shot. To me, that block is far greater.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's how great this guy is. What Game 1 block? I
Game
don't
one-
even remember it. I
You don't
remember the
remember
Game
that?
4
He
block.
had like a LeBron.
He had a
like,
LeBron.
chase
He
down.
did a rundown block, and
completely deleted from the hard drive.
he shouldn't.
There's only so much RAM here. I got to allocate it towards the dunk and the
and your
other
RJ
block.
Barrett nonsense.
And
yeah.
kind of like what you said, like no matter what happens, we're gonna have questions. There's gonna be
Sure.
critics. Like I was running through I was just trying to see what I've said about Giannis, even just this postseason. And before, when they made the Drew Holiday trade before the season began, I said, yes, great. Is this still enough to beat the Nets, the Lakers, the Clippers?
Let's not forget.
And all of these other teams had
They also swept the Eastern
and
Conference
they had
Finals
injuries.
champs.
They had
Yeah.
injuries.
They also had the 6-3 matchup against the Miami Heat, which was tough. Everybody
Tough.
thought, wow, the Heat.
Beat 'em last year.
Bam,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
My point is that no matter what happens, people are going to say, oh, well, this Bucks title has an asterisk because Lakers had injuries, Clippers had injuries, Nuggets had injuries, Nets had injuries.
You're allowed to say that if you're a Laker fan and you don't count your championship when Isaiah Thomas rolled his ankle. If you want to play that game,
right.
we can play
No
that game.
asterisk on this.
So I was that 88 for them. So yeah, so the 88 championship doesn't count if you're a Laker fan. If you want to play this, and all the way also last year the Lakers won 0 road games in the playoffs. So we can play that game all day long if you want to do it, Laker fans.
Now, I mean, part of winning a title is being the last team standing, which means adversity. You've got to overcome it. And
You got to be available.
And if you were lucky enough to have your team be healthy, that's a nod to your training staff.
I think so too, yeah.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.